Hello, I'm Scott Bogey here with Maliek Montgomery ahead of his fight on the 30th of August against Oscar Bravo. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
And how has the training camp been for this fight?
Training camp been fantastic. Again, great work in strength conditioning, and we just ready for this fight to roll around.
And you had a fight just previously, just 2 months ago. How has that been making the short turnaround?
It's actually great. I prefer the short turnaround. That way I can get right back in the ring. We took a year and some change off. And now we're back in the ring. We're looking to stay in the ring.
And did you know that this opportunity was around the corner when you signed that previous contract? Or was it afterwards they just hit you up straight away, going, here's the next fight?
It was a little bit after they I got a great reception from the fans and people who were able to see me fight live, and they were like they have to have me back.
Yeah, because you're obviously from Georgia, which is where the fight is taking place, and your last fight. How was that coming back to a home crowd? Because your previous fights had been one in Mexico, three in Costa Rica.
It's been amazing, man. I really feel like this is what I'm kind of the next level of. I'm glad I'm able to do it at this point in my career, and I haven't been able to fight home in forever. So to be able to bring everything back to its roots feels really good.
And do you feel like having the fans, like being fighting at home, having the fans at your back, that pushes you further on?
Absolutely. Like I said, as far as just not just with getting back in the ring, but also doing my training camps back home in my hometown and being able to do my runs in my old neighborhoods and being able to have the city, back me in my career really feels good.
And you're obviously 18 and 0 now. The will win against Oscar will make you 19 and 0. If you get the knockout, 17 knockouts, including that. What is next for you? Do you feel like a world title fight is next?
We're looking for the bigger names. Just being realistic, we probably looking to try to get a title eliminator or something lined up for the beginning of next year at least. I want to get another fight in after this one before the year ends. But ultimately, we're looking at. I want to see about getting a title eliminator and then fighting for a world title sometime early next year.
Because before in your during your pro career, you have been able to clinch, I think it was the WBC US silver featherweight title. How was that?
It was great to be able to, again, that was the biggest fight up to today, to that date on the fight on ESPN on the PBC card, and to be able to showcase my skills and then win a title 126. It felt great, and I'm just looking to, now I'm back in it and piggyback off of the things I've been able to achieve and just achieve more.
And you're obviously your name is out there a lot. Everyone does know it because you were in Javante Davis's training camp for his fight. How was that? Just elaborate on that.
It was a great experience. It was good. It was good sparring. It was good, being able to train with those guys. At the time, and at the time we were actually in Sean Porter's camp, and Tank them were finishing up their camp in Vegas. So I was able to get, I was already in Sean Porter's camp, and then was able to piggyback that off of, Tank's camp, and I felt like I just learned a lot in that camp from the sparring, the different fighters that we had in the camp at the time, and training with world champions.
And do you feel like have being able to go out there, train with them, that has helped elevate your game to the next level, being able to see how they train?
Absolutely. And that's just seeing, like I said, on top of seeing how they train and being able to train with them, also sharing the ring with them and sparring and seeing I'm not far off at all. That I belong at the top of echelon of fighters.
And what do you feel like was the big difference between what you were doing so far in preparation and what they were able to teach you?
Believe it or not, not much. It was mainly in ring things. As far as breaking down a fight for 4 or 5 rounds ahead, rather than just fighting for the moment. But as far as the training goes, it's the training down in Vegas with Kenny Porter and Sean is almost second to none. They have one of the best training programs you can think of when it comes to conditioning and having you ready to fight.
And obviously, this is for the organization overtime. How do you feel like they deal? How do you feel like with their format? obviously, if it is a draw on the scorecards after the rounds, they do go to an overtime round. Do you feel like that format is better?
I actually like that format, man, because nobody likes to leave with a draw. As a fighter, we don't want to leave the ring with a draw. That's like unsettled business, and also that including the money rounds to add that extra incentive to actually push and go out there and fight. I love it.
And this fight is at 130. You have dabbled at 135, 126. Do you feel like 130 is your natural weight class now?
Yes, I feel like 130. I literally now I can still make 126, but we just feel like at 130 we make it super comfortable and we're able to carry our strength with us into those fights a lot more than we were at 126.
And when you were getting those amateur fights, you were able to do very well in the Golden Glove tournaments. You were the finalist in 2013, semi finalist in 2015, and 2014 and 2016. You were able to get the title. How was it competing for them and in getting the title in 2014 and 2016?
For me, I felt like the competition was even tougher in the Golden Glove tournaments than it was in the USA tournaments, but I felt like that helped mold me as a fighter, having to fight against guys with bigger names than me from predominant states that were boxing states, and just come from my little town and be able to do what I was able to do in the amateurs and achieve the things I was able to achieve. Like I love the overall experience, and I'm thankful to be able to have been able to perform at those national Golden Gloves and did what I did with it.
And then obviously after your last one in 2016, you were also an alternative for the Olympics in that year as well. How was that experience?
It was a great experience. I actually did in that actually that year, Olympic year, I didn't travel over with the team. But just to be able to say I was an Olympic alternate and to be able to compete at the Olympic trials and go through the qualifying tournaments, I still chalk it as one of my biggest accomplishments as an amateur.
And do you feel like that was when you found out you could actually make it big in the sport, or did you know that beforehand?
I felt it well before. Um, at the time, it was a couple decisions that I got as an amateur that I felt like I shouldn't have gotten. And that, it might have been times that I came out on the losing side of a decision that I thought I won. And it kind of turned us from, going the Olympic route but something in me just wanted to continue to challenge myself as an amateur and see if I could reach those milestones before I decided to turn pro.
And do you feel like after 2016, you were that Olympic alternate, you were able to get the 2016 Golden Glove? Do you feel like that was icing on the cake for your amateur career, and that's why you turned pro?
Absolutely. I knew going into it that I felt like that I wanted that to be my last Golden Gloves tournament that I competed in and last major tournament that I wanted to compete in. And I was able to dominate from the state, regional, and national level. So and going into it, like I said, I performed exactly how I wanted to perform. It wasn't just, any performance, it was dominating performance throughout the whole tournament, entirety of the tournament. And I just felt like it was exactly how I wanted to end my amateur career.
Well, that sounds great. And what was it that got you started into the boxing ring? How did this career all start?
My dad. We were literally playing video games one day, and my dad asked us, "Do you want to go to the gym?" We went to the gym, and I've been there ever since. Fell in love with the sport.
And do you feel like having that family connection, like your dad bringing you in, do you think having that close bond is important?
Absolutely. Even outside the father son relationship, if you're a fighter and you have a great relationship with your coach, a great bond with your coach, it just makes the work a lot more fluid as far as us being able to get the work done in the gym, perform how we need to perform come fight night.
And how has your current gym been to you? Like, how's the relationship there?
It's great. Again, being that I'm back home, they whatever I need, my gym will go out of the way to make sure that it's taken care of to where I can do my camp and do everything I need to do without any hiccups.
Well, that sounds great, and I wish you the best of luck in for your fight against Oscar. I hope you'll be able to get like your hand raised and become hopefully get a title fight or a title eliminator next time. I'll give you the final word. Do you have anyone you're wanting to shout out?
No, just shout out to Macon, Georgia. Love my city.
That sounds great. Thank you for coming on, and I wish you the best of luck.